Glasgow is famous for its industrial history. The single-line underground rail and the city's now defunct tram systems were recognised as great feats of engineering for their times. By now I've given the Underground, which opened in 1896, a good workout, so I decided to find out more about local public transport by visiting the Glasgow Transport Museum, where I discovered that things didn't always go to plan.
I doubt, at the time of the tram system being introduced, I doubt if they could have had anything less than the biggest and the best. It had to be the biggest, it had to be the best. The Underground had to be a cable-driven system, because nobody else had a cable-driven system, so we've got to have one. You know, that's basically the way it was in Glasgow. If we do it, we'll do it best. I could never imagine the council turning around and saying, we'll close the Underground, we'll get rid of the Underground. They couldn't. It would never happen. You know, the city would be in uproar because they love this system. For all it's a small system, but I think that's why they like it. It's cosy.
Derek, what happened on the opening day of the Underground?
Yeah, the opening day, when it opened, it actually derailed. It opened in December and derailed and reopened in January. You never notice with Scotland, they don't always like success. You know, they like a dramatic failure better than they'd like a success. You know, I sometimes wonder at their mentality. But really, that's the way they seem to be. You can fail as long as you do it dramatically. You know.
You've got quite a history, family history as far as the tram system goes.
Yeah, my dad drove the trams and my mother got a job as a clippy, and that's where they met.
So what's a clippy? A
clippy was a conductress, so she would come round, punch her tickets. If she didn't pay, she's liable to punch you. Glasgow clippies were notorious, they were famous. Never argue with a clippy.
Is that right?
And yeah, when my dad met my mum, the first day they met, she broke his collarbone. That was her first day. Everyone had a story about the tram system, you know, and you had the wee drunk men singing on the trams, and people would join in. And they used to always, a lot of older visitors talk about that. They'd be sitting in a tram going home from work at night, and they would have a sing-song. And they would be sitting roaring at the top of their voices, going up the road in the tram. They would always bump into a wee drunk man that had just come out the pub and wanted a sing-song. You know, so they'd always sitting there singing away in the tram. It was a great way to get about.